joining. Hi guys. Welcome to our second pitching night event. Thank you all for joining. My name is Oksana. I will be your co-host tonight, and my other juror team members are already here. Anna.
Hello.
Yeah, you're supposed to say hi. So Taras, my other co-host today.
Yeah. Hello, everybody.
Hey guys. While we're waiting for everybody to join, could we please check if our pictures are here? Could you please let us know in the chat? I see one of them. So Alex, I see one. And I'd like to hear, I see Fran. Please guys, let us know in the chat area, get video or audio. Okay. So guys, can you hear and see us all right? Because I've got a message from Fred that he cannot get video and audio. How about you guys? Can you please text if technically everything is all right, or just send some reaction? Okay, good. Then I'm afraid that it's some issue with Fred. So I would like to ask Oleh, our administrator, to contact Fred. He's our pitcher, one of our pitchers, and ask him to fix his technical issues on his side. Okay, so do we have all the pitchers here? So let me just check. Works great. Yes. So Oleh. I see Oleh here. So at least first pictures are here. So guys, so now while we are waiting for the audience to join us, I would like to share our agenda for today. So let me share my screen with our agenda. So can everybody see it? Right? Good. So what we are going to do today. So first off, so right now, literally, we are welcoming the participants. After that, a short intro and self-presentation from every juror is going to follow. They are going to be like very short self-pitches up to 1 minute, maybe slightly longer duration. Next up, we have 6 brave pitchers with their amazing topics lined up. I will be announcing them in turn and presenting. Just to remind you that the duration of each pitch shouldn't exceed 3 minutes. After that, each pitcher is going to have questions from the jurors and overall feedback as for the pitch. As for the audience, I would like to ask you guys also to post your questions in the chat area and also the feedback to support our amazing pitchers. Also, I do encourage you to stick around until the end of our pitching program because we are going to have a short networking session. How exactly are we going to network? So all the participants will be paired up in breakout rooms, and you guys are going to have 4 minutes in each session. So 2 minutes for each person for introduction. And we are going to repeat this 2 or maybe 3 sessions if you are not too tired. So I hope that it's going to be an exciting event. So again, thank you all for joining. I guess that now we can start with introducing our jurors. And so let us welcome Anna Daluk, my co-host in our jurors team. So Anya, so the floor is yours. Please introduce yourself.
Thanks, Oksana. Hey, everyone. I'm Anna, and I'm very excited to be here with you. Briefly about me. I am a data scientist and Gen AI developer at Cyclum, and I've been working in IT for more than 7 years with clients from Ukraine, Europe, and US. I am passionate about cutting-edge technologies. Maybe because I grew up watching Star Trek, who knows? That's why I founded my own company, Tenetics, a year ago. Most important thing for me as a business owner is to create an amazing team of dreamers and innovators. What I'm working on now, even at this event. My projects are related to the automation of small businesses and science in Ukraine. After all, my dream is to develop a technological world here. Despite the war and our crazy neighbor, our nation will always be a center of courage, kindness, and creativity. Thanks everyone for joining. Enjoy the event and good luck to our teachers.
Thank you so much, Anya. So thank you so much for joining me, especially at this event. And now let's welcome Taras. So Taras, please introduce yourself.
Thank you, Oksana. My first product I created at the beginning of the millennium as a bootstrapping business. I didn't know that it was a startup. About 6 years ago, I became interested in startups as a type of business. And since that time, I have been actively pitching like you will do today. I did a lot of pivots, communicating with investors and VC, and I have one exit. My other shoes are business consulting. I have been actively working with entrepreneurs and startups as a mentor, expert, trainer in different incubators, accelerators, grant programs. Sometimes I do startup evaluation for them. So I know the kitchen inside and out, and will be happy to give you a feedback. The main thing I will say, don't worry. It's scary just first half of your presentation. After it will be indifferent. So good luck, Oksana.
Thank you so much for your intro. Now over to me. My name is Oksana Skoromna, and I'm the founder and the CEO of Career English School. Actually, I would like to tell you a short story. Running a school doesn't mean I'm not teaching. I also offer one-to-one coaching services. And normally before I start working with a student, I run an introductory session with each person. It helps me to find out what that person actually needs, and it's a great opportunity for me to showcase how exactly my previous experience and background can be beneficial. Before launching my language school, I used to be a product manager for 7 years in the banking sector, and I also co-founded an IT startup for 2 years. So as you can imagine, normally this kind of experience, corporate and entrepreneurial experience, resonates with my students. So last year, one day, I was having one of such introductory sessions with someone who was considering transitioning from PR career in politics to IT project management. So after I delivered my polished self-pitch, his first reaction was, "Wow, you've got such great storytelling skills." And that kind of compliment surprised me a little bit, because I thought, a sure thing, I'm a teacher after all, and all teachers are supposed to have good storytelling skills. However, later I thought more about that situation, and I realized that good teaching skills and good storytelling skills shouldn't be underestimated, and they shouldn't be taken for granted. Pitching skills don't always come naturally. And I would like to finish my short intro with the words of one famous person. He said that you never get a second chance to make a good first impression. So I would like to wish good luck to the pitchers, and I would like to kick off our pitching session at this point. and welcome our first pitcher, Oleksand Antonenko. And we can see the title of his speech. So gold, right? From junior dev to engineering manager, right? Manager in 3 years. So please, Alex, welcome. The stage is
thank
yours.
you. Mic check. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yeah, okay, nice. There used to be a joke about a guy who wanted to buy raisins, but the store had only buns with raisins. So he bought a bun and asked saleswoman to pick up the raisins. When he was asked if he's crazy, he replied, "Sure, I have a certificate." It sounds silly, but companies sometimes do the same with employees. They look for someone to fill specific role, overlooking unrelated skills and experience. Take me, for example. In 2012, I left IT to develop a family business. Over 10 years, I've been working and launched about 20 projects, 3 of which brought huge money. I managed 20 people, built a corporate culture from scratch, organized events for more than 100 people, conducted seminars, and mentored others. I completed 3 master programs in business school, which includes management and leadership, strategic marketing, and pre-MBA course. I also completed a lot of practical sales courses, trainings in psychology and communication, and yeah, for sure, public speaking courses also. But I was always drawn back to IT. I love programming. So I decided to return and start from scratch as a junior developer. And I felt myself as a high quality toolbox. And I realized that for company, I just a screwdriver for tightening small screws. I set a goal for myself to go from June to manager in 3 years. In first 15 months, I increased my salary 4 times. Right now, it's about 2 years when I started, and things go very well. And it's not just about my coding skills. I also understand how business works, and I cannot hide my leadership. One day, I was invited to a pre-sales call with a potential client to discuss backend details. And I quickly realized that client would refuse us because we don't hear each other. I took over the negotiations, asking about their tasks, defining control points, and outlining the next steps for the projects. My managers were surprised. I saved the project, actually. And they discovered high quality tool in their toolbox, you know? So takeaways for you guys. Don't forget that a person is not just a screwdriver. Remember that an employee experience from other fields can bring great results in the hands of skilled manager only. Don't get good tools, gather dust. And as for me, I will become a manager. The question is, will I have to start my own company to prove it? Or there will be a wise company that believes in me now and will achieve great results with me in near future. Thank you.
Thank you so much for your pitch, Alex. So as we agreed with our jury panel that Anna will start asking questions and providing feedback, then Taras will follow, and in the end, I will be the last one to ask a question and to provide my feedback. So Anya, please go ahead.
Thank you, Oleksand, for your pitch. It's close to me because I also was a switcher to IT. And I also realized that manager skills is very important in IT sphere, especially for your professional growth. And I very like your pitch because you have great storytelling skills, and even you can deal with different themes during your pitch. So I think your courses related to speaking was very good for you.
Thank you.
Yes, and one of my questions would be, have you noticed a difference between entering or switching to IT 10 years ago and now? Because now we have not a really good situation.
Yeah, when I started my career, it was a time when you just can tell that you're a developer and you'll get a job. And actually, my first, I switched from IT manager. I've done a lot of stuff with computers, but I had coding skills, but I was very, very bad developer. But actually, I had experience. And I just said, I want 1,500, and I was 22 years old. And they said, yeah, nice, okay, let's come on. We need a middle or senior, but you are June, but it's okay. We'll give you money because we need someone to work. And now it's different. You have to prove and you have to sell yourself, and nobody will give you money just because you want it.
And maybe you have some tips for switchers now.
Yeah, you should. In my case, I'm working for outsourced company, and I had to sell myself to clients and ask them to increase my salary in my company. It's very complicated. It was a lot of discussions, and it was crazy, but I did it. So you have to be okay. For me, it's easy because I have financial pillow. I had a business and it gives me money, so I can quit tomorrow, and it will be painful, but I'll have something to eat. But if you're scared for tomorrow, it's a problem. So I'm not scared, so it helps me.
Yeah, good tip to have a financial pillow, right? To take away from
it's
this.
easy to say. It's easy to say.
Yeah, easier said than done, right? So Taras, any questions and feedback from you?
Yeah, maybe not its question. It's more my opinion on your pitch, Alex. First of all, it was really impressive.
Thank you.
But small but. Today I will be maybe a bad policeman with some criticism.
Yeah, nice.
It's why what wasn't enough for me, maybe as a salesman, you should know that every conversation we do for something. Yeah. And for me, it wasn't clear what you will pitch, what you will receive after the pitch. Yeah, what call to action. Maybe if you at the beginning of your pitch or at the end, you should say something. For example, just be expressive from my pitch or something else. Yeah,
Okay.
some call to action.
Hire me for more money.
For example.
Yeah, okay, nice.
You can ask really interesting for me was using examples, tools in your pitch. It's great. Yeah, and you can ask, what do you think? Maybe I can earn more money than I have now, for example. Yeah. So my recommendation, just add something.
To add call to action.
Yeah, any call to action to your pitch. Yeah, and maybe for us will be interesting at the beginning to have some information. What should we find in your pitch? Yeah, what will be important, not just storytelling, or maybe.
Okay.
Now I will say some story about something for your relax. Yeah. And
okay.
So my question, small question, with big answer. From my experience, great manager who knows IT not very well can earn a lot of money. Not necessary to switch to programming. Yeah, you can just use your general knowledge, and if you can sell, if you can talk about programming, you can sell something, so you can ask for big money. Why you don't use it?
Okay, I'm actually in IT as I see it, and the positions I'm interested in, as they require more deep knowledge of technologies, and I've been out of IT for 10 years, so I feel a gap, and I love programming, so I want to feel my fingers on keyboard doing some stuff. So yeah, for sure I understand that my manager skills are enough to manage a department maybe, but I need to prove it, because like right now I'm nobody, so I need network, I need communication, I need to prove that I'm really one who you need.
Thank you, it's clear. Good luck.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Oksana?
Okay, so yeah, thank you, Taras. Actually, my feedback, I cannot help but compliment on your pitching skills. I like your storytelling, because as you understood from my kind of mini pitch, I'm a fan of storytelling stuff. And however, I would like to agree probably with Taras that I also missed some kind of goal of your pitch. I realized that you implied this. You implied, right, that like I'm a great guy and I'm a great professional, and I kind of assumed that you were trying to sell actually yourself, and you are looking probably now for another project. So are you, by the way, or not?
Yeah, because my project is conducting, and
It's finishing.
yeah, I'm not sure.
Okay.
I conducting a project. In 1
Okay.
month or 2, we will finish everything. So we made a great job, and yeah, I feel that we'll have to say goodbye to each other.
Okay, then I think that, yeah, it's actually, it makes sense to mention that, and to finish with a bang, yeah, with a clear call to action that, look, guys, like I'm open to new opportunities like soon or stuff like that, and it will be clear for everybody. Okay, we've got to pay attention to this one. So he seems to be a really great professional with good. Really good, nice storytelling skills, and this like presentation stuff. I also appreciated that you were really well prepared. So, and you made sure that it's interesting, right? So the audience followed your presentation. So yeah, basically, well done.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, that would be my feedback. So thank you, Alex. And now over to our second participant, Olha. Olha Shandra, right? From an idea to an AI-powered product. And this is the second participation of Olha. Olha's second participation on our pitching night event. She opened our first pitching night event, if I'm not mistaken, right, Olha?
That's totally true.
Yeah. So who said that you cannot grab your your chance twice, right? So you've got just to be brave enough and just to apply for it, right? So I'm really excited to hear what has changed since the first Ola's pitch. So please go ahead. The floor is yours.
Thank you so much. So good evening, everybody. Do you know what it takes to get from an idea to a ready-to-use product? So here's the cookbook on how to kickstart your idea. Step 1, think what you're good at and come up with an idea. Step 2, get passionate about your idea. Step 3, find the community to pitch your idea in the right place at the right time. Step 4, get a desired message from a potential customer to discuss the details of collaboration. Step 5, find the team, set the tasks and the deadlines. At the previous pitching night, I presented an idea of your personal teacher. This is a conversational AI language enhancement bot. And today I'm going to share how we worked with Korea English School to integrate it into their curriculum. Based on the school needs, the current bot has been customized to hold a friendly and engaging conversation based on the course materials. It acts as a virtual language practice partner that helps students dive deeper into the topic and share their thoughts and ideas. Your personal teacher is a solution that was initially created only for language schools and language learning platforms. However, the bot can be used in any company seeking to integrate AI technology into their standard workflows. So whether you are willing to add an AI-driven language practice partner to help your employees master their language skills, or you want to AI assist your employees with internal queries to decrease the number of messages in your company's group chats, or you wish to attract a potential client who browses your company's website with AI assistant that guides them through the website, answers questions about the company, and helps to quickly book a meeting. Sounds interesting? Then let's get in touch. Thank you so much for your attention, and I welcome any questions.
Thank you, Ola, for your pitch.
Thank you.
I really like your pitch, not only because we are co-workers. Your pitch was structured, and you also have action to call. So everything was okay and interesting, and you shared your own experience and collaboration with customer and your team. And I have one question related to your way. What was the biggest challenge in creating a product, especially for you?
Thank you so much. This is probably the most difficult question to answer, and well, the most honest answer would be, well, to actually fight with my own doubts, because I'm a switcher into a career. With my extensive background in teaching, I decided to dive deeper into whatever I can do with my skills and actually acquire new skills. And this is always a self-doubt, whether I can do it or not. And thanks to the experience I had, and also thanks to the previous pitch night where I got the boost of energy and self-belief, and also, well, that my idea can work, and now we can see the results of our work. This is actually what inspires me. So that was the most difficult part, to fight with myself, basically, and my own doubts.
And based on your experience, is it better to work alone or in a team?
You know, for quite a while, I've been working on my own because I was learning on my own. And then I actually come to understanding that working in a team can be much more enriching to my experience, and communicating with the team members, discussing some issues, or shaping the view of how the perspective of the project, of our product, can be really beneficial. And this is also about the network, because it helps to actually deliver your ideas in words, because we can always think about something great in our head, but when we start speaking and explaining it to someone, we understand that there are some gaps in our own understanding. So it helps me to grow faster working in a team.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you so much for your question.
Over to Taras.
Yes, thank you, first of all.
That policeman.
Thank you.
Yeah, okay. Because we have no time, I will start with my question. Who was the pitch to?
Well, that's a good question. Well, the pitch was probably for everybody, because it was...
Who is everybody?
These are the people who are interested in using AI technology and integrating this AI technology into their companies or their work processes.
to be clear, is it investors? Is it your potential customers?
These are the
Is it
potential customers.
potential customers?
Yep.
Okay. Okay. So my impression, my recommendations. First of all, I think that much more better to have some visualization when you're pitching. Any presentation without design, yeah, it can be just some words.
Sorry, can I
Yeah.
jump in? No pitch, I forgot to mention at the very beginning that no pitch deck is required. This
No
is
required.
it's not required for today. Previous time, Oleh was the only one who presented visualization. And we advise not to have it for this format. Longer format, yes, of course, it's like desired to have some visualization. However, for this super short format, we would, stay here until the midnight. Like,
it's from my. I'm sorry, I disagree with you.
Okay, yeah, sure. Let's
Policeman.
agree to disagree.
Yeah, because when we have just 3 minutes, yeah, we can use 2 or 3 channels of imagination of in different types of input for the information, and visualization, it's one of them. Yeah, when you're pitching, you can show something, and it's much more clear for people when you have just for one slide, for one block of your presentation, you have just, let's say, 30 seconds, not more.
Yeah, Taras, I totally appreciate your feedback, and I am also like the visual person, and I always want to show something, and well, I also get information better with some visuals. Yeah, though according to the advice and recommendations, we're not to use any visuals, and I tried to see it as the challenge for me and not to prepare any kind of visuals. But we are preparing the demo video of our product, and it would be possible to actually watch it later, because well, it would take a little bit more time than the time we have during the pitch. So a little bit later, maybe tomorrow, maybe during this week, we will be able to show you the video with the comments, and this will be kind of the visualization.
From my experience, I don't recommend to use video in your pitches, because in maybe in 90% of cases, it doesn't work. No sound,
that's why
no
it's like
video,
the extra.
no something, it not started. It's why I don't recommend to use video, but any other kinds of presentation, for example, like Alex used demonstration of tool, product, or something else. You cannot demonstrate your product in your hands, so you can use presentation. Another one, thank you. Thank you for what?
Thank you for attention.
Attention. So you took our attention, or maybe you had other action. You asked for other action, not just for attention.
Well, for listening
Call
as
to action, right?
It's not call to action, but again, I don't recommend to use thank you. Much more better to use ask your question. You can use a small sentence like your mission, something small. Everybody can remember it after your pitch. Yeah, it's much more better than thank you. We need something to finish our presentation. Yeah, but thank you, it's not the best way. It's just...
I thought it was polite. So just like this.
For what? Yeah.
Okay.
And first part of your presentation, it wasn't clear for me what you are talking about and why. It's why. And it was too big, too much information, and I didn't understand for what I needed. So maybe you should make your first part short, yeah, add some more about problem, more information about the problem you will solve, yeah. For me as a potential user, yeah, I should understand for what I need your solution. What is the main problem, why I need it not right now? So just think maybe restructure it, restructure your presentation.
Thank you so much for your comments.
In all cases, it was really not bad. Yeah. So just try, just do it, just continue to do it. Thank you.
I appreciate your feedback.
Okay, so Taras really is playing a bad policeman role today. He's really into it.
You can stop me.
Yeah. So let's just respect the timeline. Yeah, and of course the comments. Sometimes we should also have some criticism, because it's not kind of interesting when everything is so great and everybody's so happy and like everything, right? Yeah, as for me, I would like to elaborate probably on Taras's last comment as for the problem. Despite the fact that Career English School has been mentioned as the partner in this project after the pitching night, the first pitching night, we are really implementing Oleh's solution right now. However, what I missed in the pitch is really the description of the problem. Like what kind of problem is really there that you are trying to solve? Like what? So of course, like there are two ways to describe either opportunities that you will get, right? And Oleh focused on more on opportunities, great opportunities that companies might get. However, I would like to hear the problem. So probably now, Oleh, so can you just come up with the problem actually that you are trying to solve?
So I mentioned in my pitch that this bot can be implemented in any company for various reasons. And the first reason was the AI assistant, like the language practice partner. So there is the problem that a lot of people sometimes feel shy when they are speaking a foreign language. And this is the problem. And I am the person who is also shy when speaking a foreign language, yeah? When I'm learning the language, when I do not have enough practice in my everyday life. So this is the first problem and the first solution, a language practice partner. The second problem is the situation with the queries of your employees. The employees often ask some questions like in group chats of companies, and these questions, they often repeat. And to avoid this repetition and these like 100 messages in these group chats, we suggest implementing some AI tool like an assistant that can help with basic questions any company can have, like any employee in the company. And the third idea that this bot can help you attract the potential clients, because sometimes clients, they come to the website, what is where, and it's difficult to navigate to the website. I've been that person. When I saw something, I couldn't find some information on the website, I just closed it and tried to look for another company that provides these similar services. So this kind of AI assistant can help you keep the client, the potential client, a little bit longer on your website, maybe help out with some questions about the company, and quickly assist with booking a meeting.
Okay, Oleh. So Taras, I'm sorry, you've got your time. So what I can say, too many problems. So my recommendation, grab one problem and focus on it. So elaborate on one problem. If you have too many problems, of course, like your solution might really solve like a lot of problems, but when pitching, try to analyze like what kind of problem your potential audience that is listening to you might have, right? Try to find, anticipate this problem and just target that specific problem, okay? And again, you explain the problem. I'm an entrepreneur, actually. I run a business. For me, problem is like actually in money. Like give some like what kind of money I might be losing or something like that. Like for me, maybe it's your assumption that it's kind of a problem, right? Maybe it's not a problem for me. So the problem should be described like a little bit deeper and with more understanding that it's a real problem, because this is one of my mistakes that I made in my previous startup. I thought that my potential audience had a problem, but in fact they didn't. And I thought they had. And so that's why, and I was trying to solve it moreover. So yeah, so that would be my recommendation. As for the overall pitch, as for the structure, yes, I would definitely recommend including this problem part, right? So what kind of problem, and then how you are trying to solve it, and then focus on one problem at a time. You might have 3 pitches, 5 types of pitches, right? We'll put 5 different problems. Yeah, but choose one, focus on one. So that would be my recommendation. As for the visual part, also I would like to comment, because like elevator pitch, everybody knows elevator pitch. When you get into a lift with a potential investor, you know, you don't have time for any visuals. You have to grab this person's attention and pitch. So that's why such format also super short pitches exist. And like I believe that everybody should be able to pitch without any visuals and like get the point across. So that would be my, so Taras, if you have questions, I invite you and Oleh to the chat. You can continue.
It's not a question, just one sentence.
Yeah.
You had really great explanation of problem number 1, and just start your pitch from that explanation. Nothing else. Just
yeah, that's one problem at a time. Yeah, one problem at a time. So grab that problem and elaborate on it. Okay, good. Then thank you, Oleh. Thank you very much. And finally, over to our pitch number 3. And so Oleh. So welcome, Oleh, with his pitch. I hope, Oleh, then you've listened enough,
of
probably.
Course. Of course,
to modify something on your feed.
Like
so
all this time, I editing my presentation. Yeah, so I will share my screen, and
okay, somebody has taken it seriously.
Maybe too much seriously.
Taras is happy, right?
Okay, so let's start it. For today's presentation, I want to encourage mostly project managers or like all of people, to be honest, to use AI in daily work, and I will show 2 use cases how I use AI in my daily work. So let's start. My name is Oleh. I work in SoftServe in the position of project manager. To share some information about me, I would like to start from my interest. So I really passionate about cars, history, enjoying play squash and chess. If you're talking about career perspective, so I have more than 10 years of experience in sales and managing in automotive and cybersecurity domains. And in my next slide, I want to show you what is like pain point of a project managers, and what took most of the time of project managers, and it's like, of course, it's meetings. So in this slide, I would show you how sometimes looks my calendar, and as we might see, the challenges is like a lot of meetings, and in my case, I have all hands meetings for different countries, overlapping meetings, demos of one of my team, or few teams, education sessions, and the clients' monthly checkups. So fortunately, now we have a solution for this. And the solution is to use AI assistance. So let me show you how it works. So let's imagine we have some recording of video. Previously, we need to spend 1 hour to review some video, but now using AI, we can generate summary and action items for a couple seconds. And in this example, like previously it was 22 minutes, but currently it's just 2 minutes to read and analyze the information. So it's 20 times more effective right now. The next, my example is like how AI can analyze chats. Another imagine situation, you had a PTO and you join your coworkers in the next day, and you see that you have 16 unread messages. You can read AI to just summarize the chat and see like all the highlights from this conversation. Like you can choose 1 week, 1 day, or 1 hour. In this example, it's just 1 day, and AI just summarize everything, and you spend maybe 30 seconds and see what is going on. In the end of my presentation, I want to show this memo and encourage you to use AI, because like we are in a new age right now, and we need to implement this tool in our daily life. So thank you.
Thank you, Oleh, for your presentation slides and also your pitch. I'm also a big fan of AI and implementing it into our everyday life. According to your pitch, I also will be a bad policeman a little bit. I also I didn't get the point of your pitch. Why you presented your pitch? Just encourage managers to use AI, or to show the products that you showed?
In this presentation, just like it was made for internal team to like have a short presentation and encourage and show use cases how I use it already. So main audience was the project managers in my team.
Okay, I got it. And also I have one question, maybe psychological. Is it important for project managers or non-tech managers to dive deep into ML and AI, or just to use tools based on AI? What do you think?
Could you explain more what you mean about like email or
ML and AI? AI.
ML. Now I understand. Yeah. So basically, I would recommend to take some general courses, because as we go into the era when it's like when we can use it everywhere, I would probably recommend to take some general courses to understand what it is and how it's work, but without like deep diving into this. Yeah.
But some basics definitely needed.
Of course.
Yes.
Yes.
I totally agree with you.
Thank you.
Okay,
Maybe it's my.
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay, but don't worry.
Yeah.
Anna asked my question, what is your call to action? It's why I will ask you, what kind of tools did you use?
Like AI tools which I use, like for example, like I have integrated AI in WebEx, so those examples was from WebEx, but like there is a at least to another AI which we can use. And also, I see that in Zoom we already have implemented some AI companion, but I didn't use it yet.
Okay, I think much more better to place links to these tools directly.
Yeah, like
in your presentation.
I understand you, but yeah, main point was not like recommend or sell some product, but like to just show some use cases for like project managers in my team. That's all.
Yeah, but as I understood, you will share your experience, yeah, and much more, not only easy, but more effective. Not only say about it, but present links. They can use, you can send your presentation after meeting, yeah, and they can just click and start to use different tools.
Thank you for advice.
And it's great. Thank you.
Yeah, it makes sense, and just like I have an idea. Yes, if you want to summarize, just write like according to our policy, something like this, and like please use this AI tools. Like, yeah, thank you. Makes sense.
Okay, now my turn, right? So Oleg, thank you so much for your presentation.
You wasn't a bad policeman. I'm ready, Oksana.
Well, probably I might be. So I'm not sure if you have watched the webinar on pitching, which we normally share among all our participants, where I mentioned the types of pitches. Right, so elevator pitch, investor pitch, professional pitch, team pitch, and sales pitch, right? And normally when you pitch, what the difference between the presentation and the pitch, actually. By the way, so the previous pitching night event, Volodymyr, our co-host, he asked the question, one of the pitchers, he asked the question, what is the difference between a presentation and a pitch? So in your case, it was a presentation. Do you agree? Rather than a pitch.
Yes.
Right. Right. So, and actually you could have transformed it into a pitch easily, and it might have been a product pitch. For example, as Taras mentioned, you might have taken certain tools and actually advertised, promoted, presented those tools. Right, and then you could have had a product pitch, or it might have been your professional pitch, right? So you could have included like more of your like professional way and added like right now, like you are using this or something like that. So basically my comment, my feedback is the following, that it was more a presentation rather than a pitch. However, it could have been reshaped, you know, and adjusted to our event.
Thank you.
Yeah, so but anyway, thank you so much for being with us, for presenting. It takes some courage actually anyway to present, and I enjoyed your presentation really, Oleh. So thank you so much for that. And I will ask you for the links after the event too. So yeah, sure, you can post them here. Now let me introduce our next pitcher. So it's a lady, so Vira Lypovska, and the pitch, the name of the pitch, so how to remain in a state of fulfillment even when everything goes wrong. I hope that Vira has paid attention to the comments, the previous comments, right? Probably it might be a bit hard, you know, to adjust something on your feed, but anyway, please go ahead. You're welcome.
Hi, everyone. My name is Vira Lypovska. I'm a professional ICF coach, psychotherapist, moderator of mastermind groups, speaker in variety projects. I help experts and entrepreneurs to reach a new level of income, professional realization, and achieve their goals faster and more efficiently. The topic of today's speech, as you said, is a resource fuel for our movement and how to remain in a state of fulfillment even when everything goes wrong. When I work with people as a coach, I often notice how people often pay too much attention to their action, but not to their state. And at the same time doing the right action, but being in a state of exhaustion, for instance, apathy, low energy, often these actions do not give the desired result. Metaphorically, it's like a woodcutter chopping down a tree with a blunt axe, you know. He makes a lot of extra efforts, wasted a lot of time, and the result is nowhere near what it could be if he regularly sharpened his axe and took breaks for rest. Our energy level like a fuel for a car, no matter what inspiring roads you choose in the navigator, but car will not run on an empty tank. When we want to reach a new level of income, launch a new project, start doing something that's scary for us, we need a lot of energy for this. And taking care of your state of fulfillment, it's not one-time action. This is something that we need to do regularly. We charge our phone, for instance, every day, you know, and we should also charge our inner batteries in the same way. Especially when something goes wrong, in such moment, the most important to prioritize your condition, because everything depends on it. Make your well-being a priority. Like on an airplane, in order to be able to take care of others, we must first put on oxygen mask to ourselves, and after that to our kids and others. In coaching, I often offer to my client, make a to-do list. In the first list, you should write down all things in action, what fill yourself with energy, inspire you, and doing this action you feel you're more cheerful. On the second list, you should analyze and write down where you drain your energy, what devastates you. And then the most important thing, is start doing something for yourself every day from the first list and minimize or stop doing action from the second list, what steals your energy. Minimizing energy drains is even more important, because if you're, for instance, in a toxic relationship, if you force yourself to go on a job that you don't like every day, if you have many bad habits, you will lose your energy quicker than you will get it from things you love. But for the first step to change it, it's to realize it. And after that, make a decision and act consciously in a new way. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you, Vira. Your presentation was amazing and relaxing, especially for me. You was confident and explained everything in clear and simple words. With many of examples. One more thing, I didn't get the action to call. Maybe you can explain now.
Okay, as I use this example about doing this to-do list of your resource, maybe a call to action would be to do this exercise for you, to analyze what thing you love and what thing you can do for to feel yourself more energy, you know, and after that analyze what you want, what you can stop doing to not to lose your energy, you know. Maybe this can be call to action.
Yes, it could be call to action. And for example, if you are presenting yourself as a coach, you can also find clients in our community and have more powerful
Okay. I didn't think about it, but thank you. Yeah, of course, if you have some questions or you feel that you want to improve your career, etc., I can help you with it. So you can you can write to my social research, to my Instagram, and we will deal about everything.
Yes, thank you, Vira.
Thank you.
Taras?
Yes, thank you. Thank you, Vira. It was really professionally interesting for me. I took some insights from your pitch, so thank you. And my criticism. You know, maybe you should know in general, presentation should has 3 parts. First of all, you should say, I will talk about. After it, you should talk about it. And third part, you should say, I told about, and repeat it third time. Yeah.
Okay.
It's why the same with others. At the beginning, I don't understand what you will say about. Yeah, I should listen you and prepare me to ask something, but I don't understand what you will say about.
I get. Okay.
Yeah, it's why for all others, I will propose just say some words. Why will you pitch and about what will be this pitch? Yeah. For you, I will recommend you can start from small history about problem. After it, you can say not a lot about you. I'm Vira, I'm coach, and in next 2 minutes, I will say about.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
And after it, but your presentation was really professional, and for me, it was really interesting. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Especially because it's my first time. That's why I'm glad for your feedback and for your
It's really great. Oksana?
Thank you so much, Taras, for being not so critical of Vira's presentation. So as for my feedback, so actually it's about all. Guys, don't be shy. Pitching is about selling. You are literally selling. State explicitly what is that you are currently selling. It's okay to sell yourselves. You are a coach. You are a specialist. You're helping people sell. I'm your target audience. Come on.
Yeah,
Sell
I
yourself
didn't
to me.
consider it. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and say that. I'm here to help you. I'm here, like I'm looking for new projects. I'm looking for new cooperations. What is that? Like if you are attending just to improve your kind of presentation skills, it's also okay. Just mention that I'm here, right? I'm working on my public skills. And today I would like to practice, right? It's also all right. Just mention it, just state it so that we've got some clear expectations, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so what I liked about your pitch, so you were really expressive, so it was not boring. So you used some metaphors, you used some examples. It was interesting for me to follow your pitch. I also liked the way that you kind of stated the problem, all right, about this low energy and the stuff, and you also offered the solution. So you gave an example how you work with your clients, right? So you kind of demonstrated how you tackle that and gave us a small piece, right, into it. So basically, yeah, I liked your presentation. So thank you so much for being so brave and showing up and presenting it. And yeah, again, so don't be shy, sell yourself. And because like, oh, please contact me somewhere on social media. I have my LinkedIn. Here is my LinkedIn. Guys, let's connect. I will post it right here in the chat. I will post my LinkedIn. Please connect. So it should be very, it shouldn't be like something last, some moments, some last comments. Oh, by the way, you can connect. It should be first thing, actually, literally, or like not the last, at least, right? So invite everyone. And by the way, guys, I'm inviting everybody. Let's connect. Share your LinkedIn's, share your contact details. Let's connect. So at least on LinkedIn, right? So yeah, that would be my comment, Vira. Thank you so much.
Thank you for invitation. Have a nice evening.
Thank you. And right now over to Fred, right? So Fred is our first international speaker, a Canadian, right? So, and I'm so excited to welcome Fred. Please pitch your startup to us.
Okay, well, thank you, Oksana. Thank you for this opportunity. I did have visuals, or I do have visuals, so I might take the same comment like Oleg did in showing some visuals, because it is pretty much visual. So I will share my screen first. 1 second. All right, everybody can hear me well and see what's there?
Yes.
Okay, fantastic. So in a nutshell, basically, I am an English teacher. I've been an English teacher for a while, especially online. I was in Kyiv before the war, and now I'm in Warsaw. And I came across Oksana with her school as an opportunity with my former partner in presenting another flavor of a speaking club. So one that can maybe bring some of those pain points, which Oksana helped me realize in the first time that I was with her in giving a pitch. She wanted to know right away, what is the pain point? And at that, yeah. And so I've managed to look at different pain points, but I could be in the same boat as you were, Oksana. As I heard tonight, that in your first startup, you were trying to solve something that was more of your own rather than maybe what your audience was interested in. So hopefully tonight, as my call of action, is to see if anyone can assist me in my direction, since this is my first time trying to create a business of this sort. I don't have great experience in that respect, but I have a lot of teaching experience, personal and professional experience that way, where I've seen my own pain points. And so speaking clubs, the very first speaking club I ever went to was in Kyiv, if you can believe it. And that was in 2016. And I was kind of amazed that there was a need for that. And so I was always interested in speaking clubs. And I tried to create my own from Canada, and I was interested in coming back to Ukraine. So I got all kinds of Ukrainian learners who wanted to go ahead and try something out online. And I did that for about 7 months. And that was a debate format. So I was exploring the debate format. So the speaking club that I'm looking at is one where we have about 10 people, could be 8 to 10 people, that want to participate in a speaking club-like environment online and are able to enjoy different formats of the speaking club style. Here are some of the platform characteristics, a lot to see all at once there. So whatever you focus on, whatever you remember, that's great. Basically, you can see that I have in the speaking, special speaking formats, a breakout, which I'll try to focus that as one of the pain points. Debates, role play, discussion, and quests. We have the actual participants and the non-active observers. So we're going to look at how people who are a little shy can go ahead and watch an activity in play while other people are participating and putting themselves out there. You actually have people that are watching this and going, maybe I'll get the confidence and I'll slowly develop my confidence and wanted to do the same. Some of the pain points that I've listed here, and as mentioned already today, focus on one, but there are so many. I think one of the breakthrough ones that I experienced was the breakout layout, which is basically, if you're familiar with Zoom, you have breakout rooms and you have people going into different rooms, and it's very cumbersome, very difficult to go in and out and know what people are doing in each of those rooms. And are they speaking English when you go in? Oh, no, oh. So I found a way with my developer to create a one-page, it's not really a breakout room because it doesn't break out, but a one-page breakout room where you can see everything that's going on. And you can basically go in as a teacher, a host, into each conversation. I'll show you quickly what I am referring to. So this is the breakout room that I'm referring to. The company name that I have right now, I can call it Co-Play It, Speakarama, or Speaksters. So I'm still playing with that. So call to action, which one do you like? So that's another one. Here in the breakout concept, this is the breakout room all together at once, and people can go ahead in private conversation, talk to each other, and you as a host or instructor can go ahead into that private conversation and see what they're talking about. Or you can go ahead with your controls as a host, listen to everybody, tell everybody we're all one big class now, one big group, and you can go ahead and communicate all together at once or create these private little groups, which is great if you want to be able to quickly go in and out and see what they're doing, if you give them each their own call to action in an activity. This was a recommendation when somebody said, we need something to help people kind of warm up, to kind of break the ice for next activities to come. So this allows people to talk to each other privately in groups of 3. We could change it to other sizes too. Getting into the formats, so we have various pain points, and some of them might be, is it engaging enough? Well, let's look at different ways to practice your speaking. You can use a debate format. I use debate formats, trying to do it in Zoom. It's not quite customized the way I'd like it, so that's another pain point. I can't customize it, so I decided to go ahead and hire a developer to help me customize and work with a video audio conferencing platform, SDK, and APIs that are used with that. These are just ways to access the program and use it to create your own video conferencing platform. And we did that. And so this is just a POC, a proof of concept, to kind of show you how it could look like. We're getting there. I'm working on it right now. In the beginning, we were focusing on games, activities of that nature. And now it's more of a conversational speaking practice influence. So here's the debate. You can see that you have various topics on each side, who's for and against, as you have in all debates, and there's the argument, the counter argument, and so forth, and they get points based on the votes of the judges, which could be the audience that's watching this too. So trying to incorporate not just the participants here, but also others who are observing to be active in that regard by voting, or some that want to be really active, they could chat with the different teams. As you can see, there's one team here. And with that team, you can tell them advice of what to do next or what to focus on. Pitch battle, like we're kind of doing some pitches here. I was basing it on Shark Tank, for example. If you're familiar with Shark Tank or Dragon's Den from the UK, Shark Tank from the US, where people try to present their various products. So I'm going maybe a little fast here. So
yeah. Fred, I'm sorry. Just a little warning. It's time violation. So definitely over 3 minutes. Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. Right. So could you please wrap it up? Because sure. I guess we've heard enough. So that's, yeah.
Okay.
Sorry for that.
Sure. I'll also
just heads up.
I'll just click to this role play discussion. So various situations where you want to have a discussion, a moral dilemma, mystery hour for the quest, and then just the very basic things where you can have interactive presentations, video presentations, and then practice playground. And this is where I might want to talk to Olha about the AI and how she's doing it. So where people can have this practice before they get into the debate or other speaking format. And this is the platform cost and what it could cost per hour for the use of the platform and if it's hosted or not hosted. So my call to action is guidance, direction, those that might be interested, where I can go ahead and understand these pain points a little bit better to know where I should put my energies and focus for this startup. So I would like to hear any criticisms, any praises, or whichever.
Fred, thank you for your pitch. It was very interesting. What I can say, you are a native speaker and you are very confident and have great English. It's of course, and you have great storytelling skills. And I will share my thoughts regarding your presentation, especially for me, non-English teacher. It was too complicated to understand and to get the point. And I need some time to realize, maybe to play in playground and so on. So I suggest you to simplify it for non-teachers people. And also I like your approach with non-active persons, for example, people who can join and just listen. It's very important for some people. As for me, maybe a few years ago. And also, if I understand correctly, you are also looking for some collaboration with other developers and companies. And can you say how many people do you have in your team?
Just two, my developer and myself. That's it.
Yeah. That's why you're looking for a collaboration.
I had a business partner, but he's going, I just don't know where the direction is going. And yeah, I think financially he just had to decide that he had to go. So I said he can come back after I get it going again if he wants. But that's part of it. So right now it's just myself. So it is lonely that way, but my developer is a person who does like to hash out things together and she's just not strictly coding. She understands, she's front end, back end, she does all. And so I'm very fortunate to have her.
I hope that our pitch night will help you with looking for new people and contacting. And also a piece of advice from my side, super small, regarding the naming of startup. You can try ChatGPT and brainstorm with this powerful AI tool.
Yeah, I've done it for other things. Yes, ChatGPT is a great tool that way I've done it for controversial topics for debates. You can ask ChatGPT about that. It can bring that up. Or if you're doing a quest, it can give you everything from dialogue, everything to the various puzzles you might want to use. So yeah, quite helpful.
Okay, thank you, Fred. Taras.
Okay, Fred, I'm ready to ask.
Go for it. It's okay. It's all a learning process. It's not. I'm not going to go die in a corner.
I will do my comments as for startup pitch. Yeah. First of all, it's too much about product. It's really too much. It should be 1, maybe 2 pages at all. Nothing else. Nobody needs these details. Your pitch just to raise some interest. And your call to action should be, let's discuss it in details after the meeting. Yeah. So you don't need such details. First of all, it should be problem. You should, you see, there is a typical structure of the startup presentation. You can see Kawasaki slides, for example. Yeah, its problem, how your solution, market or target audience. Yeah, why now, for example. After it, something about finance. You had one slide about your prices, but maybe you should add some more about unit economic. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can add your roadmap, and after it, what do you want? It's main slide of your presentation. Yeah. For example, I need co-founder. So you should write down some words about what you can propose and what do you need from your new partner. Okay, just one slide. So, and in this case, it will be clear and it will be short. And I see that you can speak. It's why I think you should place this slide not at the end, but at the beginning.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because it can be not enough time for you to go through this slide. It's why I place it one of the first. And I don't know, do you need? Okay, my question will be. Who is your target audience in general?
I have been shifting on that question, and that's why I came to Career English. My previous business partner thought that we should look at schools, but I saw that schools already have an efficient platform that they use, and so it was hard to break into that. And so my initial use, but my partner, that's the thing, when you have partners, you kind of can change directions. It's hard to always agree on the same thing. He was thinking that we need to look at schools, and I wanted to go more with corporate organizations, corporate events, looking at it as more as an event. We were doing more socializing, onboarding, team building kind of exercises. And he was thinking we need to go more into a speaking club where you can have more conversation. I'm agreeing to that part, and I've dropped the games part, the socializing games part, and this allows for more of that. So who is the audience? It can be other teachers who want to use the platform and host it themselves and use the platform as it is with its content. Schools that want to use it as like an event where they might not have the same capabilities as other schools have, where they have constant speaking clubs using Zoom. It would be great if the costs were down, but it's hard to compete with platforms like Zoom. If that was the case, where it was cost effective enough, then sure, can say, here's a possible replacement to what you have now. But Zoom is just too cheap, too inexpensive.
I think teachers, it's not bad idea.
Yeah, and to get a certain subscription or a certain amount per use every time they use the platform.
Yeah, you can concentrate on, for example, on teachers.
Right.
Rewrite your pitch deck.
There you go. Okay.
And just try. And my recommendation: be short.
Yeah.
In your presentation and in your answers.
Sounds good.
Because.
Right. So like.
Thank you. Thank you. It's a really interesting project.
Thank you, Taras.
Oksana?
Okay, good. So thank you, Taras. And now my feedback. So thank you, Fred, for being with us, for agreeing to take part in our pitching night event. Yes, indeed. I've just heard this presentation for the second time. And I've heard some improvements actually. However, yeah, as for the recommendation, I do agree with Taras that it should be really concise. So 3 minutes is for some purpose, you know, for some reason. So 3 minutes, right? And Anya, so Anna has praised your storytelling skills. Right, there was storytelling. However, sometimes I felt it was more over rambling a little bit. Don't get me wrong, it was just a little bit over the board, like for this type of pitching. Yeah. So again, so we should think about the difference of between the presentation and the pitch. Yeah. So the pitch is a super concise presentation with very clear structure and with the call to action. As far as I understand, Fred's issue is that you haven't arrived at this final problem that you want to tackle, right? And right now you are still kind of looking for something, and you are trying to understand those pain points, right? And that's why there was this list, and you decided to share this presentation. However, when I saw the problems that that slide and the number of problems that you're trying to tackle, that's really too much. So one problem at a time, so probably two, but that's already too much, right? So pain point, if you haven't found that pain point yet, then you have to say, at this point, I see that this is the pain point as I feel. However, I might assume there are others, right? And right now I'm just moving this direction. And as for call to action, if you are looking for someone who might help you to find that pain point, right? Then you should clearly state that. Right, I'm not there yet, and I'm still looking for. If you're looking for a partner, right, as Tara said, or co-founder, I don't know, also mentioned that. If you are looking for users, like early adopters, right, and you would like to provide it on a trial, if you would like to provide a trial, by the way, because during our first pitching night, our co-host Volodymyr, he offered to all the participants of the pitching night event a free trial of his product. Encouraging in this way potential users to test it and to check and probably get feedback, because they might just give you feedback, a kind of negative feedback, but it was good for you because you will understand that this is not the problem that you are trying to solve. So that would be my feedback. Remember about the difference between a presentation and a pitch. And if it's a pitch, it should be a pitch. And also there is a pitch short pitch, which is a pitch, an elevator type of pitch, and a pitch deck, investor pitch, which should include actually all this probably. But again, Taras has mentioned there is a very specific structure of a pitch deck, and really there is too much about this kind of product details. So too many details. So that would be my feedback. So thank you so much for presenting. Yeah, and by the way, one more comment, I've got some ideas where you can use that, and we can actually follow up after the event, and I will be happy to share, because after listening to it this time, I realized that, yeah, I came up with some ideas where it might be useful.
All right, fantastic. Thank you.
Good. Then that would be it at this point, because as I'm afraid that our final participant is not able to connect to internet. And as you guys can see that I'm having a power cut as well. However, I do have stable internet connection. So at this point, we might finish our pitching session and transition to the networking session. if you guys are not too tired, we might have one. So Fred, can I ask you to share it? Yes.
Yeah. I just noticed I had that on. Thank you.
Yeah, that's all right. So if you guys are not too tired, we might have at least like one networking session. So let's vote. Are we going to have it or not? So I will break. Oh, you see, I have fireworks. So guys, so very quickly, thank you. Thank you for surviving this event. Thank you for the pictures, for showing up and pitching. Thank you for the listeners for listening and your comments and feedback. Thank you for my co-jurors. Hopefully see you guys on our next pitching night events. I will do a better job at clarifying the point of this event. Thank you very much for your feedback. So let's connect on LinkedIn. And yeah, final thank you and goodbye from my co-hosts today.